Well, howdy, this is Austin Awkward. I am Adam. Thank you so much for tuning in with me today. I don't like getting haircuts, and let me tell you why I don't like getting haircuts. I don't like getting haircuts because every time you go in to get your haircut, it doesn't matter if you go to the salon, the barber shop, the haircuttery, whatever, the lady asks you the same question, sometimes the gentleman, how do you want your haircut today? And you do the same thing. You start trying to make motions and say, well, I want a little off here and a longer there and this and that and this. And you're really trying to describe something that you don't know the terminology for, and you're not really comfortable describing it. And so the person who's hearing you then has to translate what you're saying. Oh, they want a fade. They want this. They want that. Maybe that's the case. Maybe that isn't, but there's a translation issue, right? And so sometimes you bring in a picture. This happened to me recently. I said, well, I'm having a hard time explaining what I want people to do with my hair when I go in to get it cut. It always ends up looking like someone took a butcher knife to it. So maybe I'll go to a fancy place and I'll bring a picture. So I find a fancy place, fancy salon that does fancy things with hair, and I get a picture. I find some pictures. I look them up on the internet, like my wife does this. So women are great at this. They have whole Pinterest pages devoted to hairstyles and haircuts and things of that, and they spend weeks and months planning the exact right cut. And I'm not capable of doing that, but I am capable of looking up a couple pictures online. Unfortunately, the only pictures you can find online of people's haircuts are usually of famous people, and usually very attractive men who are in movies or in sports. So I brought my pictures into the lady at the fancy salon. I said, I would like it to look something like this. And she said, oh, no, you can't do that. Your hair is not really the right length or the right texture for that. And I'm like, how would I know this? What about this one? And I want to look like Ryan Reynolds. And she says, well, we might be able to do something like that. But what she really meant was, you're never going to look like Ryan Reynolds, you dummy. Why would you bring in a picture of that beautiful human being and then ask me to try to make you look like it? I'm going to fail because your face is always going to look like your face, no matter how well I do your hair. I said, but she was very diplomatic about the whole thing. Needless to say, I'm like, well, let's give it a shot. Let's go that way. And I end up still kind of being like, I don't know what I want. And I'm trying to explain it to you. And it's really confusing, too, because she's the expert, right? Like, how many places in the world do you go in to the expert and say, well, I need your expertise. And then you explain to them exactly what you want them to do. Now, a lot of times you'll go in and say, I need your expertise in decorating my house. I need your expertise in building a bridge. I need your expertise in creating a marketing campaign. And you put input in, you have input along the way, but so few of those transactions are even close to anything like what you do when you go get your haircut, which is, hi, I'm going to have to live with this for the next 2 weeks. I need my haircut. And the expert then says, well, what do you want me to do? You should know what to do. Why can't you look at my face and tell me what would be good? I've got this kind of hair. My hair has always been bushy and thick. Why don't you know what to do with the bushy and thick hair? Why do I have to figure this out? Why can't you make suggestions? I don't understand it. But in the end, it is so frustratingly awkward that it makes me not want to get my hair cut. So I don't. And then it gets bushy and ugly, and I have to go back in and find another person to cut my hair and go through the whole process all over again. Oh, it's so much to put up with, I know. Anyway, thanks for listening to me rant for a little while. I look forward to talking to you again real soon.